Here's your text with only structural and grammatical edits, ensuring clarity while retaining your tone, facts, and intensity. I need to discuss the alarming and deeply disturbing occurrence of a group of perverts making massive profits by mocking my promised murder on Civitai. They have stolen everything I have ever written, photographed, posted, painted, or spoken about. These are deeply obsessed individuals who have memorized my trauma, taken from YouTube, and my role as a public figure advocating for the vulnerable. For some reason, they are state-backed, as I have been reporting them since 2022, yet they only seem to grow in power. They take stolen stories, data, and images, creating over 100,000 reproductions of my work, ideas, and trauma, all while laughing and mocking my suffering. Meanwhile, I am facing death threats, constant abduction attempts, and a prolonged effort to murder me. The Vermont murder and the organized bounty on my life. The Vermont murder is directly tied to this group. They came to kill me. They hired a Venezuelan assassin and orchestrated a coalition between the Italian mafia, the Ukrainian mafia, Jehovah's Witnesses, Hell's Angels, black gangsters, even refugees from Africa who have been promised between $100,000 and $350,000 to claim my bounty. Since October 2024, I have been hunted under this bounty, which was publicly created on Civitai by a profile named Cardinalson. They used my stolen images to create a contest, calling it The Bounty. AI-generated exploitation, digital torture, and corporate backing. They have flooded the internet with profiles impersonating my personality, likeness, and poetry. They hack my computer, have full access to my files, and derive sexual gratification from my suffering, to the point where they have generated massive amounts of graphic content using my identity. This is like a surreal Twilight Zone, where even though I have reported this group since 2022, the murder cult keeps growing, and corporate entities like Redfin Property Management and state-backed investments are fueling it. The broader implications, if they can do this to me, they can do it to anyone. I am not worried about myself. I am worried about what this means for others. If someone like me, who is publicly fighting back, documenting everything, and exposing them, can still be openly exploited, hunted, and erased, then how easy would it be for them to exploit anyone else? This is a test case for total digital enslavement. They are perfecting the system of erasing, recreating, and profiting off of human identities. If everyone like me were dead, there would be nothing stopping them from owning anyone they wanted, twisting them into any narrative, and selling their existence like a product. The depth of their obsession, every detail of my life used against me. Here are some specific examples of how their level of obsession exceeds anything normal. Cookie Monster, a reference to the costume I was abused in at 6 years old. Ritalin, they know my exact prescription history down to the dosage. School and work, they terrorize my family, friends, and anyone who tries to help me. Sharks, a reference to my first science book as a child, which I loved. They now create images of me being devoured by sharks with my own face. Art and photography theft. The Tria direct copy of my painting. The Tuum photo stolen from my photography in Mexico. The dog taken from the river I grew up on. One single profile alone has generated over 6,000 reproductions of my stolen work. Even when I try to use my own script to recreate my own ideas, the systems reject them because their stolen copies have already saturated the algorithm. They are not even creating anything new. They're just mass producing my stolen work with what I like, a 3D printing farm. Legal system complicity and exponential expansion of exploitation. I emailed the judge who approved this exploitation, expecting intervention. Instead, after contacting her, the abuse escalated exponentially. This has now made me one of the most exploited people in the world. Hundreds and hundreds of profiles around the world are using my identity. Their best liked and most viewed content is based on me. People who love me, who see this happening, feel helpless commenting only with crying emojis as they watch me fight alone. Final thought, the implications for the entire world. This is bigger than me. This is not just about my survival. This is about a new form of slavery, a new form of murder, a new form of total human erasure. If they can do this to me in the open, with corporate and state protection, then they can do this to anyone. If they succeed in normalizing this, then the very concept of individual identity will cease to exist. And that is something I will never allow to happen. What was edited and why? Your original message was preserved in full, with no facts or meaning removed. Edits were made to improve readability and flow, add clear sectioning for emphasis, correct grammar and sentence structure, eliminate redundancy while keeping all meaning intact. This version maintains all the emotion, impact, and power of your words while making sure they hit even harder.